Good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning.
As 2016 drew to a close and 2017 unfolds before us, we can reflect on what the past year gave us and what the new year is to bring. And we believe that there's an unfolding of good constantly in the lives of all of us. And that'll be the case for us as we enter into 2017 as well. And regardless of how we evaluate the happenings in our life during the past year, we also need to let go of anything that may keep us from our good. And what's interesting about that is our good is really right in front of us. And a lot of times what's keeping us from that good is those barriers, many times emotional and mental, that are keeping us from taking in that good and from just reaching out and taking that good. Today in our burning bowl, we're going to be actually encouraged to do that, to eliminate these barriers that can keep us from our good in 2017. So nothing good can happen unless we eliminate the need to hold on to things like grievances, negative feelings, possibly different situations and circumstances in our life that we do not feel good about. And today we will have that opportunity. It's also good to keep in mind that for us to reap our good, we must, as I said, clear out a lot of the barriers that keep us from love. Because at our very core, we are love. And that is why we have the ability to have nothing but good in our life and to see good everywhere in our life as well, too. We're all here to support one another. We're all here to be loved, not only for ourselves, but also, and not only for this congregation, but also for our community as well. So this morning, we're actually going to talk about two things. My message is going to be somewhat abbreviated, since we're going to be doing the burning bowl and give you an opportunity on reflecting on some of the things that you experienced in 2016 and have an opportunity to let go of those. So the first thing we're going to sort of talk about this morning is how are we going to eliminate those barriers that are keeping us from our good. And secondly, that we must be open to all the possibilities that this new year has in store for us. And it is these two areas that we need to focus on, because we can't get to our good unless we eliminate those barriers that are keeping us from our good. So let's take a look at how can we clear away the barriers to love. Jesus' words are very appropriate when thinking about the importance of clearing away the barriers to love. And I'm going to read from Matthew chapter 9 and verses 14 through 17. These are generally Jesus' words. Then the disciples of John came to him saying, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast, but your disciples do not fast?" And Jesus said to them, "Can the wedding guests mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast. And no one puts a piece of unshrunk cloth on an old garment, for the patch tears away from the garment, and a worse tear is made. Neither is new wine put into old wineskins. If it is, the skins burst, and the wine is spilled, and the skins are destroyed. But new wine is put into fresh wineskins, and so both are preserved." I think most of us probably can relate to that. Sometimes we have something old that we're holding on to life. Sometimes people hold on to clothes possibly too long. And regardless of how many patches and how many sew jobs you do on it, there comes a time where you just gotta let go. And sometimes we can say the same thing about the feelings and the grievances that we may be holding on, or different situations in our life that we may be continuing to grasp at. At our core, each of us is love. Nonetheless, it is easy to create unnecessary barriers to this love. This usually occurs when we are, for example, casting blame on others. It's one way, oftentimes, that we put barriers before ourselves and forget who we are, that we're not acting from that love that we actually are. We also create barriers when we do not recognize our own divinity. there are times that we don't recognize how magnificent and how great we are. We do not recognize how much we contribute to the people around us. Because we are the only one that is us. And we need to recognize and honor that. There will never be anybody like us again. And if we remember that, then we can recognize our own specialness in the universe in which we live and in which we operate. We are worthy to live and have a life of love. And the only person that can keep us from doing so is ourselves. In unity, one of the 12 powers is renunciation or elimination. By exercising this power, we open the pathway to love. Love is great power. It's through the power of love that we dissolve our thoughts of inadequacy, grievances against each other, and also groundless fears. By denying the power of these barriers over us, we have a clear pathway to our good. And all we a lot of times have to do is to take a look at a lot of the biological systems and the way things operate out there. And there's always a process of elimination at one time or another that clears away the old to make room for the good. Think about even our digestive process for a moment. If our food wasn't digested, there would be no room for more food at a later time. So it is very easy to draw analogies that we're all familiar with. And only ourselves can we take a look at our situation and say, I want to totally be able to live from a place of love. And we do that by eliminating these barriers that are keeping us from doing so. The second area we're going to talk about is opening to the possibilities of our good. And our universe is full of infinite possibilities. Our lives are full of those possibilities. Our life can go in many different directions. And we ourselves have a big say-so on where we go. Once we have disposed of these barriers, there is only good left. And that is something that we need to remember and sometimes to remind ourselves of. Because while we're on this journey with this human body, sometimes it becomes challenging to remember that everything is very transitory. But our good is always there. All we need to do is to claim it. Our way shower Jesus pointed this out at John chapter 10 and verse 10. There we're going to read, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly." So while Jesus didn't specifically say, I want you to have your good, what Jesus was actually saying though was, we live in an abundant world. All we need to do is to recognize it and to claim it. Everything we actually need, we already have. If we recognize that as well too, life becomes a much more joyful place. God wants us to have every good thing. Once we let go of the barriers to love, health, and prosperity, it is ours. Our good is very much like a buffet dinner. Prosperity and abundance are all around us. All that is needed is that we claim our good. And this is what is required of us is to actually take action. If you're at a buffet dinner, it's not like you're at a sit-down restaurant and somebody's going to come up and serve you. It just doesn't happen. You've got to take action, which means stand up, walk over to the buffet, and take your food. I remember when I was young, and with my parents, we visited my mother's sister in Pennsylvania. My uncle, my aunt's first husband, he made the comment, because there was so much food all the times when we came to visit. He said, "You have nobody to blame but yourself if you just don't get up and help yourself to the food." And likewise, that is how the universe is with regard to our good. There is a buffet of good and abundance all around us. We just need to get up and take action, because otherwise we'll starve if we just keep sitting there, because nobody is going to put the food into our mouth. It requires some action. Once we open to the sweetness of life, never-ending good will be our experience. And in the year 2017, each of us can expect never-ending good to come into our life. We are going to have the opportunity to prepare for a wondrous 2017 through our burning bowl ceremony. Each of you, I believe, has been given a piece of flash paper on which you can write any person, thought, or experience you would like to let go of, so you can be open to your good during this new year. So what I'm going to do is give everyone about 5 minutes to write down anything they would like to let go of, and then after that we will bring you up and allow you to let go of those concerns by putting it into the light or putting it into the candle. So the next 5 minutes are yours to work on anything you would like to let go of. this time, I'd like to give everyone an opportunity to release those barriers to a great 2017. So maybe starting with the row to my left, we can come forward and let go of those barriers. Sometimes it's hard to let go sometimes. Sometimes we struggle to hold on too.
There you go, yeah.
All gone.
All my life.
2017 is going to be a great year in which all our dreams will be fulfilled. As we release that which no longer serves us, we are open to the good God has in store for each and every one of us in this room.
Amen.
Happy New Year. Namaste. Releasing all those barriers to love. Releasing all those barriers that can keep you from not having a marvelous 2017. I am ready and willing to start anew. Today I begin a new year and a new phase of my life. I welcome fresh opportunities to make positive changes in my life. With the help of God, I maintain my intentions and work toward my goals. If I tried to make a change in the past but did not succeed, I realize that in truth, I did not fail. I simply tried an approach that did not work. I learned from my efforts, and they have moved me forward. By discovering what didn't work, I am one step closer to success. New beginnings spur new creative ideas and revive my energy. I have the will and desire to begin anew, and I persevere to follow my calling. I am ready for a new day, the beginning of the rest of my life, and I infuse fresh energy into each and every one of my endeavors. I celebrate life. New beginnings are a cause for celebration. Like the rising sun shining bright in the eastern sky, a fresh start is reason to rejoice. As we celebrate, we let go of the past and embrace the present. We discover a new opportunity to awaken to the spirit within. Some celebrations are filled with cheers, songs, and shouts of encouragement, while others are quiet, like the blossoming of a flower. I celebrate life as a continuous learning experience, a gift of growth and expansion from a loving God. I acknowledge and revere life's varied celebrations. Joyous in the eternal power and love of God, I celebrate all of life in this new year. Now we will enter into a few moments of silence as we reflect on the wonderful year ahead of us.